Hey everybody, this is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and welcome to the North of 60 Gaming channel. It's a balmy minus 21 outside. The sun is shining, the days are long. It stayed lighter till almost 9 o'clock last night. And my Huskies are loving it. They're spending a lot of the time outside, and I spent a lot of time trying to get them inside. But today we're here to talk about Imperium, the Contention. This is a new game that was just released from Kickstarter. I just got a copy a couple weeks ago and learned how to play yesterday. And now we're going to show you the solo play of this game. It works pretty nicely. So today's video is going to be a little bit about setup, a little bit about rules, and then we're going to get right to the play. This game sets up in about 5 minutes. It tears down in about 5 minutes. So I like the game. It is a 4X game where we're going to explore and expand the universe and then exterminate. Oh, sorry, that's a Doctor Who moment. But let's go down to the table and let's get going with this game. I'm going to set it up and we're going to get playing. Hi everybody, we're down at our table ready to talk about setup. This game sets up very, very easily. And you can see we're ready to go. Basically here. Just a few things that are off camera. I'm going to bring these over here. These are our markers and our territorial markers, and these are our drones. The automat is going to use the drones in this scenario, and we are going to be taking over the galaxy. This is our galaxy. It really is a 4x3 square of sectors. I start off with the Terran homeworld. And I give a friendly ship a +1/+1 this turn and draw a card if I use that particular ability. And we'll explain about the ability of the Terran world. This is the Runin homeworld. That is an automa. They do not take advantage of their special power. We will be exploring these sectors. And this is the two-player skirmish, basically. We can actually play with 2 automa. There are enough cards for 2 automa. And I will show you the setup in the rulebook for that real quick. There we go. So we would have the Imperium world here and the 2 home worlds for our Automa. This is the setup we're actually using, more or less. We have the cards are set up. So this is a campaign style solo game. So they are divided up into chapters, and we are going to be playing the first chapter, Under Attack, and we are playing with the Terrans, which leads us to 1A. And the way you set up the automa card is you will go back into the book here, look at 1A, and that's how we determine who we'll be fighting against. And we are using 1A. If you want to make it tougher, I could use 1B or 1C, but today we're just going to use 1A. We'll keep the rulebook handy. So we have our tokens. We have our resources over here. We have our influence markers, and we'll be doing influence. And so what happens through the game is when I lose a world, I'm going to lose the influence, and the Ruin are going to get +2, or it's the other way around. The Terrans are going to get +2 and they're going to get -1. You can never go below 0. Basically, there's 2 ways to win. If I lose and they get 8 on that marker, I will lose. If they get 8, I will win. If I take over their homeworld, I will win. If they take over my homeworld, they will win. Everything else is basically on the board. The cards represent our ships, our actions, our spies, and we'll get more into that as we play. Now I will show you in the normal game, we would use the bluff card. And basically, this is used in the face-off of the regular rules. And this allows us to play a card and not do anything, and then you could pick it back up and then do something in reaction. However, we don't play that with the solo game, so I'm just going to put it at the top. We're actually going to play the solo card. There it is there. The difference with that basically is that the automa gets a turn and they will move first and then draw a card and do what, and then they will do what the card says, and then I will take my turn more or less as normal. And we'll just keep that off to the side here. You can see it a little bit closer perhaps. Now I have turned the lights down quite a bit here. And so the reason being is, as you can see, there's some shininess because I did sleeve the cards. And so there's a bit of a shine. And so I've tried to relieve that. So up in the corner here where you can see my shadow, that's a reflection off of loot. I have one small lighting stand in the corner. And this, I still get reflection. I am in a small room, and that is why. We have the rules if we need them. But that is the setup, as quick as it is. 4x3, 2 homeworlds, 2 sets of everything. The automa card's ready to go. Now, I do have a few... Whoops. I do have a few markers I'm going to use. So if I get a +1 or +2 or something, I'll be able to put markers on just so I can remember, because I am not the most brilliant person in the world. We have our card here. I will keep the drones and the markers off. We'll try to make sure that you can see my cards. I'll probably make use of my little cami over here. And we're ready to go. That is the setup. We'll go through the rules as we go, because I think the rules here are fairly simple. So I don't think I need to spend a lot of time in the rules. So that is the setup. There's a little bit of rules that we're going to go over as we go, and we're ready to start the game. Well, I am ready to rock and roll. I am just going to give my deck a quick shuffle. I already shuffled the my automa. Now, there are a starter card. There is a top card and a bottom card, and that is specified in the rules. So the top card is already set. The next 6 cards are shuffled and in random, and then there's a bottom card, which is the mothership. We are going to be playing by the solo rules, as we explained in the setup. Our sectors are randomly distributed, and I mentioned there are a lot of sectors in the box. Each sector is a little bit different than other ones. Some of them have deployment type options, so if you turn it over you might get something. Some of them have ongoing effects. Some of them have space stations, shipyards, those types of things. So plenty of things to put out on the board to randomize this experience. And as I said earlier, we also can play with 2 automa. Ultimately, this game is a 2 to 4 player game, in which players will either square off like I am here, and then play much similar to the same type except with the bluff cards, and the 3 or 4. And if you have a second set, you can play up to 5 or 6, and it just makes the board bigger. So with further ado, let's get going here, and let's do the first thing that is on our solo card. And I'll just pull that up, and let's see if we can see that here. So if you can see the solo card, the first thing that we're going to do is move ships for our Runin, or Runian, I think. If you know what it is, correct me, but I'm going to go with Runian, homeworld. Since we have no ships, we're going to turn over the first card. The first card is a soldier. Here's the soldier card. And it has a backlash exhaust. That basically says when it's destroyed, it goes away and it's gone from the game. The defense is 2, strength is 2, movement is 2, so it's strength, defense, movement, 2, 2, 2. And what happens is we just place it on the board. That is as far as he needs to go. Now, the next thing for us, and I did have the wrong card, is the beginning. I'm going to get resources and draw 1 card. Now, I should have drawn 4 cards at the beginning, so I'm going to draw those 4 cards now. I should be showing you that. So I've drawn 4 cards, and here are the 4 cards that we drew. We have a missile base, which is a range 1, and it's a 2/4 defense, which is nice, and it costs 4. We have a battle plan. Your ships get +2 for 2. for a turn. We have reinforcements, which is a sentry for 5. And we have a 7, which is a ship as well. That's the Alliance flagship, 772. Your actions deal +3 damage to enemies here. And we'll talk about actions. You can see here is an action card. It gives +2. So if we had that, we'd have 5, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, the next thing we do is basically take 2 resources, which is ours. We'll just put them on our home world for now, even though we don't have to. Now, the next thing we can do is move ships. After that, we would do a development action. In this case, I don't need to give myself a +1/+1. So in order to settle the next sector over, we just turn it over as an action. And we have Bogantu colony, and I'll bring that up because it will exist. And you can see it has a 3 defense inherently, and it's a colony. I automatically am able to put my marker on it. And that basically is the end of the turn. Now, resources are figured out by the number of colonies plus 1 for your homeworld. So in this case, I started with 2. The next turn will be 3. If we look at our next thing, we have the face-off, because that was the command. So that was the command phase where I would move my ships and do a development action. Now the face-off action would be where I would play my cards. I really don't have anything to play, except I didn't pull my card, because I have no way of putting things down, because my cheapest is 3. There is no limit to the number of cards in your hand, so it becomes the next turn. The next turn is going to move the ships. Now, the Ultima ship moves in a prescribed manner, and will take out, and it will move to the closest target it can take out by itself. At this case, it cannot take out any target, because we have a 3 defense here in our Baguette 2, and we have a 7 defense here in my home world. It's actually 2/7. So according to the rules, he doesn't do anything. We are going to draw his card, which is set a location and draw another card. So once this card is exhausted, it is removed from the game. He will settle a location furthest from me. Is the Temple of the First Ones. Now, he does not get the deploy action, but he does get to put his little red marker on there. So he has 2 like I do. And then he's going to draw another card. He gets the Battle Queen. This is a very powerful ship. 4 strength, 4 defense, and 2 movement. This ship gets +1/+1 for each other friendly ship in the space. So this is a huge ship for them. And I am in trouble right off the get-go, because I really don't have a lot to do with these guys. So they've done their movement phase, they've done their draw phase, and pardon me, my phone just... So, let's just pick off. Sorry I had to answer the phone, as you heard. I'm expecting a call from the vet. My dog is being spayed today. So we've played that card. We are our turn now. The first thing that we do, of course, is take our resources. As you can see, I have 3 resources now I can take. So I have a total of 5 to play with. The next is a movement phase, which I don't have, and another phase of which I can actually turn a sector over. So we do want to expand a fair bit in this sector. So we're going to turn our sector over. It is the Mutual Void. So it does give me a development action, if should I want it, to get an extra resource. So we're going to put our marker there. Now we are trying to fill out 7 of these plus our homeworld to give us 8. Next thing I know is I will draw a card into my hand. And then the next thing I will do is, as I said, I don't have any cards. It's the face-off round, because during the command phase I don't have any cards. I've done this, turned it over. It is the face-off, which I can play cards now. Now, if you look at my cards, I have a 6, which really doesn't help, but I would like to get this down because I have a big threat coming my way very, very soon, unless I can get a ship down here. Now, typically these guys will not go after my ships, as they will go after planets first based on the defense value, so they may not work together. But if they perceive a weakness, they certainly will come after it. That's a 7. There's a 3. We have a 5, the Serenity, but would cost all of my guys. So I'm going to face off, and well, I could kill that guy, but I think we're okay. I think what we're going to do is spend 4, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to put my missile defense down. Now that is a range 1 and a defense of 4, so it gives me a little bit of 4, and I can do 2 defense to further out. And that would be the end of my turn because I have no more resources that I can play. I'll just put my cards here, which means we're going to come down to the battle phase, which there are no battles. We come back to the top. He has a ship movement phase. So they are going to move to the targets that they can take out. He certainly can take this target out. He certainly can take that target out. He has a strength of 2. He has a strength of 4. He has a movement of 2. We move orthogonally, so that means up or down or side to side. Then he's going to draw a card, which is put 3 drones in. So we're going to put that there and put the 3 drones in. These are all 1/1/1s. They have the ability to work together, or I can separate them based on targets. So I always like to act in the best interests of our Automa. Not that I want to cheat, but, you know, Automa deserves a fair shake. It is my turn. It comes back to my turn. I will get 1, 2, 3, 4 resources. 3, 4 resources that I can barely defend against. I can pick up a card. I think what I'm going to do is spend all 5 for a sentry. And it is 4/4/2. This ship may be played at any of your locations. So I'm going to place it here for 5. Now I have no more resources to play a card with. It is now, there are no battles at this point. So it becomes the movement turn for them. So they are both going to go right after their targets. And then we will draw a card. And this guy will move to 3. There's really nothing on the board at this point. It's a 1/1/1. I would say they'd be going after the missile base. Let's just say they do that. Really just to move them up. Because I think if I was an Automa, I would have probably moved to the closest spot I could go, moving closer without getting killed. That would be my theory anyway. Okay. That is their movement. It is my turn. We're back to my turn. The first thing I do, of course, is it's the beginning. I'm going to go... Oh, yes. So the one thing I'm going to do is... Now that I forget to actually do a development action. No, I don't know if I did or not. Well, if I did, it's too late. I am going to draw my resources, which are 4. I am going to take I'm going to draw a card. I am going to not move a ship because I don't really have a ship. I'm going to take my development action, which I'm just going to move this guy here. And I'm going to put my token here. Okay, it is now my turn to do a face-off. So we've done the command phase where I've drawn a card. And I have gotten a missile cruiser for 5, which has a range 1, a 3/3/3, which is wonderful. And so what I'm going to do is spend my 5. And I'm going to put my missile cruiser right here. I am out of resources again. So therefore, the face-off is done. So now we're going to go to the battle. Now, battle is strictly matching defense to offense, really. So if we look at these two ships, you can see they're both 4-4-4-4s. So they are going to destroy each other. This will go into the pile down here. This goes into my scrapyard. They call the discard a scrapyard. And sorry you can't see everything here, guys. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is battle. Now, battle happens simultaneously. So in reality, I am going to shoot with my ranged a 3-3-3. He cannot kill me because he only has a 2. He blows up. Now, it is my understanding that it is simultaneous. So his target is this, his target is that. He would actually take out this target. That is my understanding because everything is simultaneously. We're going to play it that way. If I'm wrong, hopefully Gary will tell me I'm wrong. So when we destroy it, what happens is it gets turned back over. I lose 1 point, which I don't have. He gains 2 points. 1. So I'm going to give him 2 points. And that is the end of the turn, the battle turn. I didn't do too badly, but didn't do too well either. We come back to the top of the turn. He has no more ships to move, so he will just draw a card. Troops, Shipyard Bio, so he is a troop carrier. He has 7 defense, but only 1 movement. So he's going to go there. We're coming close to the mothership. Now it's my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we draw a card. And we draw the Advanced AU at the beginning. Get an extra card. That is actually pretty damn good. Let me just put my resources here so you can see them. Now my missile cruiser I think is in a good spot. I might move him up 1. Actually, these guys do not. Yeah, the 3 of them would have it. So what I'm going to play them is they're going to come over here. So they're going to go to here to try to destroy that as a group. So the good news. So what's going to happen is now I am going to play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 3. So I'm going to now recolonize this. Now I'm going to go to the face-off, because that was the command phase. I am going to play my advanced AI, which allows me to draw an extra card, which gives me some flexibility to what I'm going to get. At the beginning of my turn, it does cost me 3 resources. Okay. I don't have a need to move a cruiser, which I should have done earlier as part before the face-off, but that's okay. It's not. There's no harm here, I don't believe, at this point. And that is the end of the turn. There are no battles on our board, so we're going to go back. He is going to move his ships, so these guys are going to come into here. This guy is going to move his 1. His closest target is a 3, which is here or here. So my choice is to, if I could pick him up, well, we'll just use the magic of this guy to go. He only moves 1, so he's just going to move up here 1, and there's 3s here all over, so any one of these will be good targets. Okay, it is my turn. We're back to the beginning. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I get 5 resources this time, which is good. I can move my ships. I can't move my missile base, but I certainly can move my ship here. Now, we will, I think we're going to spend 3. So we'll get 2. And what card we're going to play, I'm going to show you in a minute, is we're going to play deal 3. We're going to play Black Op. It's an action. Deal 3 damage to a ship or station. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Here it is. Sorry, we're going to play Cerberus missiles. It's deal 2 damage to up to 3 ships in a sector. We have 1/1/1s and 3 of them, so we're just going to destroy those 3 as an action. That's the first face-off. I still have 3 to go if I want to spend something and put something out. And I don't have enough to do anything at this point. At least we're safe for 1 more turn. At this point, we've had our battle. He's arranged. I could hit him for 3, but I can't destroy him. He is still going to go after the highest thing that he can destroy, which is a world. They like to go after worlds. Those are their priority targets, because ships can move. There is a chase, so after my movement, if a ship has a chase, it will follow. But we are back to the top. He's going to move his ship. He can only move 1, so he's going to move closer to his target, which would be this ship. We will now draw a card. It is settle location, draw a card. So he's going to settle the closest location, farthest away from me, because that is the priority. Then he draws another card, which is settle another location, furthest away from me. So he would be here or here. Since he's got a ship there, I would say that that would be his priority, to settle another. And you can see this one actually comes with a, and I cheated. There we go. And I cheated by putting a red one there. So let's improve that. There we are. There we are. And he gets to draw his last card, which of course is the mothership. If you don't know, it is the mothership. The mothership has a range 1. It's troops, and shipyard is a bio. So in other words, the ships that come on will actually be put onto this space unless I can destroy it. It has a 7 and 8. So basically it's going to go and wreak havoc unless I can do something about it. Fortunately, he doesn't move this turn. So hopefully we'll pick something out. First thing to do is to get our resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're starting to see some resources. We're going to draw our card. We have some ship movement. So we're going to move this ship to this space, because it's a missile cruiser, and we can take. He can't take it out. Wow. So actually, range 1, we're going to leave him right there for the time being. We are going to settle another planet. We'll leave that guy there, so we're not going to move. So we're going to settle this planet. And leave our missile cruiser here, because that gives us defense here. Due to our tech card, we get an extra draw phase. So we're going to do that. 1, 2. Which is good. That might be able to give me some push forward, because his home world takes 8 and his mother world is there. So we are going to play 7 resources. This is our face-off. The command we've already done. We're going to play our alliance fleet. Your actions deal +3 damage at this point, so he is more than enough to take out him if we have to. The problem is, if I take out a big ship like this, I'll lose my ship, and he gets that one back fairly quickly. I have 2 more resources I could use. Now, again, I think I forgot to do my development, so I would have turned this guy over. Just to get out there. So I'm only a couple away from winning, actually. And actually, I am here too as well. So actually, I should have that as development. Okay. You can see I'm making a few mistakes here. Not really paying attention closer to the... I should be paying closer attention to the solo card so that I don't make so many mistakes. But that's kind of the way it is. Okay. So I'm not going to move at this point. But there are no battles. We've corrected our mistakes, and off we go. This guy is going to move forward to his first target. This guy is going to move towards his target. Now his targets are the most he can kill this guy, but his targets are the worlds. So he's going to go over here. And now we are out of cards, so we are just going to shuffle the cards up. There are very limited cards because we got rid of a couple cards. And it is the Battle Queen. So you can see we're going to get very, very busy very, very fast. And I may have actually shuffled back a card in that I shouldn't have shuffled back in. Let's just, yeah, that's guy. There we go. He should not have been shuffled back in. Sorry. That was the soldier. We destroyed him with the backlash. It is my turn now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 7 resources. Resources become a little less problematic. There's 7. We're also going to draw 2 cards, one for our tech and one for our regular. I think what I'm going to do is actually... Oh, I can't use that because... Now, normally I would have fought to gain a favor, but because there's a ship there, we consider that a blockade. I could get an extra resource I don't need. I don't believe I'm going to explore over here until I get some ships that can really start to support what I'm doing out here. So we're going to let these 2 guys sit. This guy has 8, who's going to be very hard to stop. This guy not so much as 7. I might be able to do something about him. I have a 7/7. I don't want to lose him. He can move 2, and he doesn't have enough to take him out. So actually, we're not too bad here. Actually, sorry, this is a bio ship. So this ship actually would have actually gone here because this is a shipyard. The mothership is a shipyard. And so we have a bio ship, which means now we have a deadly assault going right here, which is not very cool. Now I think it's time to... I'm going to pay 2 for the troops. Oh, we're going to move first, I think. Okay, since we have a turn for these guys to come up, and we have the missiles that can take care of him, I'm just going to move him up 1. Just for now, and we'll decide what way to go in a moment. Now, if I was going to play the Ultima at this point, if I was to get close to bring a ship closer, I would say that they would defend and would bring these guys over. And he is a range 1, actually. So in the battle, he can actually take care of this. So we could move him too, if I moved him closer. I really can't. Your actions. I don't know if I can take care of him. And even if I could get close, I can't defend against him. Okay, so we're going to lose this world for sure. Though we are setting ourselves up pretty nicely here for a stab at the home world. He has a range 1, so in the battle he is going to destroy that city. Okay, my turn is I am going to pay 6 for my battleship, my alliance battleship. And I am going to pay 1 for my bomber. There's the bomber. I should show you the battleship. And I have 2 more. I have the Alliance dropship. So I've managed to put 3 ships down in the face-off, which gives us some flexibility on this turn. At this point in time, it is the battle sequence. I am going to actually use my... Yeah, there's really not a lot I can do here. Actually, I should have moved him. So I am going to move him to here. because he needs the battle. I need to save this world. Okay, so that is my, I would have moved my 2 to there. So I've just corrected that, because if not, I would lose that world for sure. It is the battle. This guy is going to get lost, but he goes back into the pile, and he'll be recycled. I've saved that world. He has a range of 1. He does 7 damage to a 3 planet. He's not on it, but basically I'm going to lose 2. So he's actually going to gain 2 more influence points, and that world gets turned over. And that would be the end of the turn. As you can see, they really do press, and I really don't know. I've set myself pretty nicely to get over to here within 2 turns if I can. It is my turn. It is now their turn again. They are going to pick up a card. They get to settle a world and draw a card, and settle a world and draw a card, and this would be the drone cards. So what happens is they are going to settle this world, and they will settle this world. Oh, no, this world here, sorry. Thus making it fair to put the 3 drones out. And there we are. So we're pretty evenly matched at this point. The trouble now being is that can I fend off these big ships? And then these guys are going back into the pile for the next turn. Now they should have had their movement first. He of course is going to move here, because he can attack this guy for 2. He can move 2 as well. He only has to move range 1 and troops. So if he destroys this planet, which he actually did here, sorry, if he range 1 troops, because he's troops, he actually doesn't destroy this world, he actually takes it over. Which is pretty nasty, because he's now down to his last. If he takes 1 more, he will actually win the game. So I have to do something about that. Okay. So you can see I'm making mistakes here. But this is only my second playthrough, so I am trying to show you as much of the game as I can. So he would also be, yes, so we're good. So next up, it is my turn. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. I have to move my ships. Oh, and they move their ships too. They're going to move closer to their target, so they're going to move up 1. Now I am going to move my ship 2, 1, 2. Since they're in the same spot, I'm going to play that he will defend himself and attack this ship. They automatically will attack each other, because he would not fire at the world at the same time I'm destroying him. I don't think thematically that would work that way. I have 3 ships on this at this point. I would take my bomber, and I will move him 2. Of course, I will take my troop ship and move him 2 to here. And now I have my battleship, which I more than likely would have moved to here. Now the question is, to me, is that if the rules say his target, and I should have moved him actually, then his closest target would have been this here, right there. And that's how we'll play it. Again, a little bit of out of order, but I think in priority. I mean, it's all simultaneous movement. I think he would have moved to here. He would have moved over in reaction. So we have our bomber is here. He's going to go for the highest value target. That is in the rules. Okay, then I will have my face-off. I have 7. Okay, so the actions deal +3. 6 is not enough to kill him. So I'm going to spend 2. Sorry for the pregnant pause. I'll edit that out. I am going to play Battle Plan, which is going to give my ship +2. That's an attachment. So we're going to put that on our Alliance flagship, giving him 9/7. Unfortunately, I can't defend against him, so I am going to destroy both. Then I am going to play my destroyer, which is 2, or 3 I should say, giving me 2 back. That is the Alliance destroyer. It is a Rampage 1, which means it'll damage. During this battle, this ship damages 1 damage to all ships and stations. There we go. And I don't think we have anything else to play at this point. So we're going to do our battles. Now, with the range, unfortunately he is 3, but he can only concentrate on 1 fire. So he would destroy 1 drone only. The troops are just sitting there. Now, as we know, these 2 ships are going to fight it out. The Alliance flagship has a 9/7 because of this card. This guy is a 8/7/8. So they are mutually destroying each other. I have my bomber, which basically says, you're gone, and we have destroyed the colony. So they're actually going to lose 1 for the loss of the colony. And I am now on the board for 2. I'll use a card to pick that up. Turn that over. And that would be the end of the turn, the battle turn. Oh, and down here, I have a 4/8 versus a 4/4. So this guy would just be destroyed, but he gets recycled. There are no cards left in the in his bin, so we are good. He's going to go at the top. So we're basically at the top of his turn, which is his movement and draw phase. He could actually go after this world here, so he's going to move across to here. They will draw a card. They will settle a location. They cannot settle here because I have a chip there, so we'll just pull another card. Here we are. And the breeding grounds is back, 3/7. You may play bioships here, so that acts like a colony as well. So all kinds of good news. Okay, it is back to my turn. First I get resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2 is 7 again. So we have 9 resources to play with. It is the command phase. I can actually take this guy again. Of course, the rub with that is it's a battleground, which makes it a little bit trickier. We have to move, sorry, this is our move phase. Troops, it's a 1/3 here. I would need a little bit more to do here. And he only has a movement of 1, actually. So actually, we're going to move just this guy up 1 as a move. And I think what we're going to do is move him up 1. He can move 2. So he's going to go 1, 2. My ship here is going to move 2 up to here. My missile cruiser! I think we're going to move our missile cruiser up to here. We will also do our destroyer up 1. So in reality, guys, I am 1 off from actually winning the game. Because that's what that means. I will have 8 colonies or destroy his homeworld. I've pretty much penned him in. I don't think he can do much now at this point. Though I would like to play the second game here once this is all done. We might try this again with a different setup. It is my turn again. I get to draw 2 cards, one for my tech and one for my planet. I cannot really do anything in terms of this. I can give my ship a +1/+1 though. That's a kind of a beauty here. But I don't really need a +1/+1 at this point. Actually, I do. So I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to spend a troop ship and give him +1/+1, and that's where my little markers come in. So it makes it easier to remember. So we're going to give him +1 blue for shield. Unfortunately, I don't have red discs. I can't even remember where these came from. So we're going to just call it red. So that gives him +1, so it gives him a 3/3. So that's not going to hurt him. Okay, so we're going to use that, our development. So that's the first time we've done that. Okay, that works. Okay. So we've moved everything. We've done our development action by giving him +1/+1. Now it is my face-off. So I am going to actually play a 3 black up, which does 3 damage to a ship or station or destroy a construct. So that's 3. I'm going to pay another one, the same card, for 3 more. That's got 6 on him. He needs 7. And I'm going to play that one. So it's going to cost me 7. Plus I lose a lot of cards. But I destroy his ship. Leaving him nothing. And then what happens is I'm going to not do anything else, except now we're into the battle phase. So we look at the battle phase. I can't go to this planet. I can only kill one of these guys. So he's going to just kill him. It's 2-to-1. I can only 4 because it's focused. It is a rampage 2. It says during battle, this ship deals 2 damage to all enemy ships. So in case he actually does take him out. But he does not destroy this colony. The bomber comes over here and says, troops, when this destroys a planet, it automatically settles it. I am a 3/3 because of this. This is a 1/3, so he's going to do 1 damage to me, which does nothing. But he can't defend against my 3, so actually I'm going to take him off. He automatically settles the planet. There we go. Now, I like to think when the troops thematically, and I'm going to play it this way, and Gary, who hopefully will see this, if I am landing in an outpost and I'm using my troops, the troop carrier should go away. That's the way I'm going to play this rule. I think it's a nice variant. It keeps this guy from going up and doing, oh, I'm going to do the same thing again. No, they're actually going to do that. What's going to happen on this one is basically he's going to destroy this one because a bombard is 3. You get this. There's a defensive 1 down here. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to blow up that. He is going to lose that. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's not a 7. So actually, at this point in time, I don't have quite the winning conditions yet, so let's put that down. That's going to go here. So we have 1 more round. I thought I had the winning conditions, but I don't. But I think pretty much this is going to be the tell-all end of this game. Very, very quickly. It is the top. We've done our battles. We've taken over. We are 1 shy away from the end of the game. That is that special marker there. We are going to come back. He has no ships to move, so he's going to draw. He cannot settle because I am on there. Think of it as a blockade. He's going to put 3 drones in place. 1. So now we have drones hovering his homeworld. 2, 3. It is my turn now. It is the top of my turn. And I actually get 4 more of these influence points, only because I've destroyed one and took over another, which gives me 6. He actually loses 2, which gives him down to 1. So it is 6 to 1. He is on the verge of losing his homeworld anyway. Next up would be my turn. I am going to take my resources, which is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1, which is 9, which is lots of resources. I get to draw 2 cards. I think we're going to finally get this in the right order. We've drawn a tactical advantage, which gives my ships a +2/+2, which is good. I can attach this to a friendly colony. It gives this action gives +1 deals +1 damage. Your actions deal +1. Oh, my actions do +1 damage. Range 1 and another ship. Okay, guys, let's do this excitement for the end. So he is just going to stay here. It is the move, and then the up phase. So my movement is, what are we going to do here? He's going to do nothing, though he is going to move this ship up to 2 spots to here for defense. He's going to move this guy over to here. We are into the homeworld now. And then I believe that is a move. Now I can use a action. So I'm just going to use this action over here now because it's free. That I am going to actually take a favor that takes me to 7. So we've used that. And now we're into, that was the command phase. Now we're into the face-off phase. So I'm going to spend 4, 3, 4 to play my short-range carrier. He has a range 1. I am then going to spend 2 more to attach my command center, which is an attachment for a colony. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to attach this to this colony right here. So now my actions get +1. Now I forgot, guys. So really what I should have done is I should have settled this right there, which would have put the last marker on. Again, I am going to play through the second scenario of this. So this one is kind of a, let's call it a warm-up, right? We're going to just call it a warm-up. And then what I'm going to do is, actually what I'm going to do is I am going to move my planet up. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, we'll leave it at that for the time being. And that would be the end of the turn. So we've done our movements. It is now the battle. He is going to rampage and attack 1, but rampage means he does 2 damage to everything. So basically these guys are all gone. I cannot take over the home world, unfortunately. Even with the missile defenses and stuff, I can't do. But I am sitting on the home world. I have put out all my markers. As you can see, I have now 8 planets, which is the requisite win. So basically I am marching to the beat of the drummer. He has lost. I did get some rules wrong. I am going to put them in the gameplay where I got them wrong as I edit this, so you can laugh at me. I don't think we saw every rule. I tried to play this as best I could for the Automa. Yesterday I did lose. Today I did win. I think because I was able to control the center a little bit better. That missile definitely kept the drones away from me. But I think, again, it worked out pretty well. So let's go talk about final thoughts. And this is the final board. Let's go talk about final thoughts. So, what did I think of Imperium the Contention? I liked it. I think the solo game came good. I felt challenged. Now, yesterday I played and I got beaten down by the automat because I just couldn't draw the cards. So there is a luck factor here. So there is a bit of a luck of the draw that I managed to actually get enough ships down to defend myself early and then move forward, even though I did lose some points. And then I was able to crush through. I would love to play this as a 2 or 3 player game, and maybe the next time I might try as a 3 player automa. We'll see, but I think I would definitely look to go to the next scenario in this. Now, I might get a reward card. I'm going to have to look at the rules about what happens when I win that scenario. You can play it roguelike, which means, you just keep going till you die and then reset the whole damn thing again, or you can play it as an autosaver or, scum save, where I actually will save it, lose, come back to it. And in player PC games, we call that a scum save. I'm not saying that either way is wrong. I scum save all the time. I play lots of PC games. This is a 4X game. Definitely felt a little 4X-y, very abstract. So, you only have one type of resource. If you can pay for your improvements, you can put them down as we did with our one card at the beginning of a turn, draw a card, which gave us 2 draws. All in all, though, this game is not bad in terms of a solo play. I think it's right up there with the last 2 or 3 space games that I've played. Under Falling Skies, which is a bit more random, and that was a lot of fun. Warp Drive. This Warp Drive would be like being in one of these sectors and fighting over it. Under Falling Skies would be like being a colony ship or a missile base, and invaders are coming at you and you're trying to research enough to get out. So actually 3 really good perspectives of solo space games in the last little while. I like this game. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to maybe do a series of these, and of course then the rules will be better because I'll get more of them correct. But for now, this is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, like it. If you want to subscribe so you can see more of what I'm doing here and possibly see more of this game, hit the subscribe button as well, and ultimately tell your friends. Leave some comments if you liked what I did. If you found a mistake, tell me the time, let me know, and we can put it out on the Klingon channel. I am a one-man shop. I don't get paid for this, so everything you see here is just what I'm doing. I did talk to Gary, or send an email to Gary, the developer or designer, and said I'm going to be doing this. Hopefully he'll look at it, like it, won't call me out on too many mistakes. I think I was pretty close, if maybe 95%, 90% right. So hopefully he'll correct me, and then we'll do another shot at this. So I just want to thank everybody. Please tune in again soon. I probably do 3 or 4 videos a week. Last week I did 5. I try to do at least 2. The next one coming up will probably be a little Kickstarter, a coffee with Harry, I like to call it. I did one last week where I just sat back, drank coffee, talked a little bit about the gaming stuff that's going on, specifically here in the Northwest Territories. I am in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. It is above 60 degrees, so north of 60. I'm also a little bit north of 60 in my age, too. So I am here to support gamers not only in the north, but gamers everywhere. And it's okay to play games. And that's why I chose north of 60, because even though I am north of 60, I still love board games. So hopefully you love board games. And if you have any suggestions for me, please put them in the comments. If you'd like to see a game, if I have it in my collection, maybe I'll play it for you. I'd love to do a blast from the past, so I might pick out something old, I think. And I'm looking at Warhammer Quest. That was published about 6 years ago from FFG and never did anything with it. They created another game based on that play mechanism. Looks like that's not going anywhere with that either. Thanks FFG for putting out 2 decent games and not doing anything with it. But thank you. And I better stop rambling. Happy trails to you until we meet again. I'm crazy, guys. That's because I'm north of 60.